ready to go with today's episode. And as usual, I have such an exciting topic with you today. I'm super excited about all that we're going to share today, and I have a guest in the house who, of course, is going to share with us on this exciting topic that we are discussing today. As we all know, the Nigeria Landlord Show is your number one real estate investment platform that brings you all the pros and cons of investing in the Nigerian real estate industry. On this show, we show you how to make real estate work for you. Yes, that's what we do on this show. We bring you all the juicy updates and everything that you need to become a profitable real estate investor or real estate owner. My name is Amara Onzurike, and super excited and humbled to be with you this Saturday morning. All right, so yes, moving on to today's topic. Our topic is harnessing the housing sector for economic revitalization here in Nigeria. That's what we're discussing today, harnessing the housing sector for economic revitalization. And like I said, I won't be doing this topic alone. I have a guest who I'll be introducing shortly, and he's going to be sharing with us on this insightful topic that we have today, right? And so, as we know, talking about the housing sector here in Nigeria, I believe it plays a vital role in the Nigeria economic situation that we have, right? It plays a vital role in increasing, improving, enhancing, and all around increasing the revenue of our economy. And also it offers numerous opportunities for growth, investment, and development. So this is why we'll be discussing about this. Right now, we know what is going on in the country. A lot of people are beginning to call on the government to, begin to do more and begin to show up on all that they have promised to deliver in the industry, in the country. And I believe that we should not also neglect the real estate industry, because this holds such a huge potential for growth and also for economic revitalization. So the housing sector is a critical component of the country's economy, and it can drive economic growth and create also employment opportunities and improve living standards, right? We all know about the current housing deficits we have right now in the country, and how the housing sector is facing numerous challenges, including security and other insufficient security, lack of security, and inadequate infrastructure, and then limited access, I beg your pardon, to affordable housing. So how can we harness the housing sector for economic revitalization, and how can we address the issues that are plaguing this industry, to also be able to provide the solutions for these issues, for these problems that have been causing a lot of challenges in this industry. So looking at the economy, it is we see that there are lots of work that needs to be done, and then we look at the other factors that drive this housing sector. We look at urbanization, we look at the government's initiatives, we look at also the access to funding for this industry. All of this we're going to be discussing, and I'm not going to be doing that alone. I have a guest in the house, and I'm going to be introducing him right now. Honorable Jude Chukwemeka Idumogu is a Nigerian politician and former member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Born on the 3rd December in Imo State, he rose from humble beginnings to achieve academic and professional success. He holds multiple degrees and certifications, including an MBA in marketing, and is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN. Before entering politics, Honorable Dumogu worked with various organizations, including the NEPA and the Bank of Industries and Unity Bank PLC. He was elected to the Lagos State House of Assembly in 2015 and served 2 terms chairing the Committee on Wealth Creation and Employment and contributing to various other committees. Honorable Idumogu is a knight at the St. Mulumba and has KSM and has contributed to human capital development in his community, supporting churches, mosques, and widows and orphans. He's married, and the marriage is blessed with 3 children. That is who we're having today. Join me as I welcome Honorable Jude Dibogu. You're welcome on the show. Oh, just hold on, please. Okay, yes.
So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for inviting me.
It was good to have you. And I must say, this is not the first time. You've been here before, and I remember that we had such a wonderful time with you here. Thank you so much for showing up again.
Seeing your face again.
Yeah, it's so good to have you. Thank you for coming. Okay, so diving to our topic, right? Our time is already fast spent. Harnessing the housing sector for economic revitalization in Nigeria. I was so excited bringing someone of your person here, because I believe that you have the wherewithal to share with us, some of these solutions, because that's what we're looking at. The housing sector, the solutions, how we can harness this, and how we can channel it for economic revitalization. I know that these are discussions that we must have, and a lot of people are calling on the government right now to do better. And the real estate industry is not, left out in that. And so I want to ask you, what do you think the government? Let's start with the government.
Normally, when it gets to housing sector,
yes,
the government is number one, because they have to come out with policies,
exactly,
if possible, even laws,
okay,
that can suit even private citizens to even invest in the sector.
Yes.
So if the government is not doing the right thing, even giving what I would say the necessary environment,
yes,
to attract me and you, for those that have the ability, the finance, even to support with finance. So government number one before individuals can even come in.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So what are the current challenges? What are the government policies, I beg your pardon, that you think can support the growth of the housing sector?
Well, whatever you do today, you need finance.
Yeah.
The government have to provide at least the finance, encourage those in the sector. And I know there are lots of people in real estate, there are even professionals that are there that can also come together and see how they can harness whatever the government have in terms of fund. Because if you don't have money, you cannot go into it. Apart from the policies you put, if you don't have money, you cannot enter. Then you also need, those experts. You need experts to be in those fields.
Yes.
It's not just everything can hurry. Like the town planners will be there, the engineers, the general drawers, surveyors, and architects who knows what to do. So that is why if you watch out, you find sometimes you say you have building collapse because you have some quacks that are in the system. So the professionals themselves, people involved in real estate like you and others, should ensure that people that are professionals that really mean well.
Sure.
And not only that, there must be a body that coordinate and control those that are in and outside the field. So everything, if you look at it, even those bodies are also indirectly being controlled by the government. That's why I said government policy is very, very key. Then finance. Sometimes government have to provide finance. Sometimes they use some of the banks. Some of the banks, the mortgage banks are also encouraged.
Yeah.
You understand, to provide a kind of resources to people that are interested. And sometimes, again, you need like a program of PPP where you have private partnership who work together with government. Government provides some percentage, the private citizen provide percentage, and all those things are for the interest of the real estate. Then again, you have this issue of availability of land, because you don't build the castle on the air. You do it on the land. So land issues are also issues that government also need to ensure that at least it's easier for those that are interested to build, can make it available for them to.
Yeah, thank you so much. You have highlighted some of the challenges that have plagued this industry. Like you said, the availability of land, and also the issuing of the documents, which has become really, burdensome for most people going, to invest in these properties. And thank you for also highlighting the solutions for what the government can do to make it much better for investors. All right, so how can the housing, moving on to my next question, how can the housing development stimulate economic growth in Nigeria?
are very, very, very key. You know, one thing is when you talk about economic development, you even talk about it's so wide.
Yes.
Talk about issue of employment. If assuming when you invest just take its example. When you go to a site where construction, you are building a house, you find the medicine man is there, the engineers are there, the bricklayers are there, a lot of people are there. As at that moment, you are providing what I say, employment opportunity as at that time.
Yes.
You can see that when you have something doing, tangible something doing, and you are earning income, indirectly you are also, the multiplier effect is so much in the economy. And at the same time, you can earn a living as a man or a woman, as the case may be. You are also helping developing the economy. So now, assuming you have that in one side, and you have many like that, this issue of lack of employment, and so you see people will be engaged. And when people are engaged, the economy is moving. The economy, at the end of it will reflect in our GDP of the nation. But when people are idle, so it does not reflect. So that's why that sector, the sector of real estate or construction of building, even roads, infrastructures and cases like that, is so big and wide. That's why you see, there are some estates, if you go like some government agencies or private investors, you see them building massive land, estate building. You see a lot of things happens there. Apart from employment opportunity, people need to live somewhere. You know, when you talk about hierarchy of needs, you can see that accommodation or housing, as the case may be, is very, very key, because you eat, you dress, you don't sleep on the road. You must have a house, a shelter where you can shelter yourself. And that's the issue when it gets to all these things help to build the economy of a country.
Yeah, so key. All of this is really important, and it would even help, provide, like you said, source of livelihood for people. Yes. And so let's look at the impacts. Okay, you've talked about that on employment and job creation, but how can that housing development contribute to poverty elevation in Nigeria?
Wow, easy. Like I've partially discussed about that.
Yes.
If you are earning a living, if you are earning, you have, like you said, job creation. If I can create a job, of course, there's no longer poverty. If you can earn even on daily basis, even those that earn on daily basis, you can see that they have moved on. As mean you earn on, even when you are busy, you along the line. Well, even if you don't earn enough, or even no matter how you save small, and sometimes even when the job is not there, you still pick another one and keep on moving. When you talk about poverty, is eradicated. So as long as you can earn a little thing, engage yourself, engage the man, your mind.
Yeah.
And like I said, the real estate industry is so big and so vast, and you can see that the government have not even provided enough. And there's no way government alone can do that. Yes, that's why we also need private individuals but the thing is, the policy drive is also another thing. Sometimes when government build, you discover that the payment, when they even say, okay, citizens come and apply or buy, it's expensive.
Yeah.
So you see, the government also have to come with maybe some small buildings or housing estates or rooms that even people of lower earnings can also earn. And also that's why if you watch even the present government led by Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at a point was saying we need a kind of a policy and institutions and individuals that not, you cannot just, when you say buy, how many people can save something like 10 million, 20 million to buy maybe a house or buy a room and parlor or maybe a flat. It's not easy. So if you can have an institution that can even give a kind of that mortgage services, that maybe you pay little by little based on what you are earning.
Yeah.
As long as you are being identified where you live or where you work, that you can earn some, can earn some, so that monthly or periodically you are paying. Because it's not easy. In a developed world, you cannot, it's difficult for an individual to easily buy a house. You understand? So sometimes when government build, or even private individual, when they build, you mortgage it for a long time, maybe five years, even 10 years as the case may be. Periodically, you pay off. At the same time, the institution will also gain the principal investment and the income that accrued to it at the end of the day. So all this both the investor and the person buying,
Yeah.
your lifestyle is being improved.
Exactly, and that, and of course, you're empowering yourself economically, financially
Exactly.
as well.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, how can the housing sector also contribute to the growth of Nigeria's GDP?
When you talk about GDP, you talk about economic activities.
Yeah.
You talk about money is moving, our activities, economic things are moving. Like you say, employment is there. Having my own property is also there. Everybody is happy. Economy has to do is you see, like it's something, it's a circle that moves around.
Yes.
So it's not stable. As I'm paying you, you are also paying somebody, even in terms of buying goods and services. At the same time, or maybe even giving somebody, even when you give somebody money, that person that you give that money to, because he has a need for it, he also involved in goods and services, wherever, either directly or indirectly.
Yeah.
So as you are doing that, the aggregate of individuals or group of people that are doing it are being involved in economic activities, buying, selling, services rendering, money is exchanging her one way or the other. We are building the GDP.
Yeah, that's the free flow of goods and services. Yes, that's definitely one thing that we need right now in the economy.
Exactly, we need it right now.
Yes. Okay. So, what impacts can the public, or how can the public and private sector enhance? Like, how can public-private partnership enhance housing development in Nigeria? What do you think? How do you think it can come?
The issue that even, let me use our country as an example.
Yes.
There are lots of needs or activities governments are involved, and our resources is tight. There's not enough resources.
Yeah.
So that is where at times, like the PPP issue that comes in, government might not provide everything, but there are individuals who are professionals in that field who also invest, because when you invest, you reap from your investment.
Yeah, right.
And one thing with a property or real estate business, it never depreciates. Most times, it's always appreciating, as long as you maintain those buildings and you take care of it.
Yes.
I'm not saying there are some buildings that are also habitated that have cracks, and you see maybe last part will also come. They say, no, this building is distressed, and when they term it, after going through some tests, of course, the next thing is to pull it down. But what I'm trying to say here is that where all these activities are going on, definitely the housing sectors is a two-way thing.
Yeah.
As you are investing in real estate, some beneficiaries are getting involved in terms of buying the same house, in terms of also earning it. Remember again, even when you have a house, sometimes you put it on rent, right?
Yeah.
Rental incomes are coming in. Some landlords, like your program is the landlords, what do you call your program?
Nigeria landlords.
Nigeria landlords. So
Yes.
For you to be a landlord, you must have an estate or a house, as the real estate, as the case may be. So you earn income. And at the same time, those that are also living there are also happy. Like I said, we don't live under the bridge. So in sum total, both the sectors, housing sectors and the economy also work together. An individual, it's just a circle. Everything's working together.
Okay. Yeah. So what initiatives, as someone who has worked or still working with the government in the background, what initiatives do you think that the government can implement, policies, initiatives that they can implement that would help to boost the housing sector and provide adequate housing in the country?
Like now, you can, if you watch out, you see, let's say Lagos State in particular, where we live, and I know you also, what is happening in Lagos State. In terms of building, there is this recent policy. No, it's not recent, but they have just extended it. When you talk about getting your building permit, in Lagos, like I tell you, one philosophy about Lagos, they will tell you what crude oil is in Niger Delta is what their land is to them. You understand? So they don't joke with their land. But for also those that have already built, you also have opportunity. Opportunity in the sense that, naturally you're supposed to have your building permit before you build.
Yes.
But the government have also looked at the ways, okay, what are people that have already built? When you build in places that are giving you approval, yes, the best thing, come and ratify your building by
Okay.
doing the right thing to get your own building permit. And getting your building permit, you need your documents, the title documents, and other things that you are required to have, which within 3, like as of today, this window, it was introduced 3 months ago before.
Yeah.
They have also extended it for another 3 months that will end by October.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
But for you to get that within you, you have to have your documents. Those title documents are what I'll just give it to you.
Yeah.
For those that I know a lot of people, but for people that don't know,
Yeah.
so you need your title documents to proof of ownership
Yes.
of your building or your land. You need your survey plan. It's what we call as built structural drawings.
Yeah.
As built structural drawings. Then you have your structural, electrical, and mechanical drawings where it's applicable. Then you can talk about non-destructive integrity test reports where it's also applicable. Then you talk about your letter of structural stability and indemnity. Then you also talk about your land use planning analysis report. Applicants must be tax compliance, no matter what you do. You must pay your tax. So this window, or this like you say policy, is a policy to drive, to make some people that who think probably, you're afraid of maybe government activity, or government is coming to or maybe lock my house or demolish my house. Maybe you did not do the right thing from the onset. They are giving you a window, the Lagos State government, to come and do the right thing. So by the time you get all these documents, you cannot have your building permit. For those that are about to build, it's also necessary for you to get your building permit in Lagos State. And the process is a bit easier. You understand? As long as you have this thing, within 1 month, you get your document.
All right. So are there also any initiatives for affordable housing? Like, because it's not cheap to get
not
property.
Yes, it's not
here
cheap.
in this country.
And that is why I told you initially that we need institutions, banks, encouraged by government.
Yes.
You understand? To give out resources in terms of facilities.
Okay.
You understand? Encourage those experts or real estate investors, even those that don't have money. You can have this loan.
But the loans are usually, the interest rates are usually so high right now to assess that. And it's also very cumbersome to, even get access to that.
The issue, well, when it gets to money matter, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But you see, not all the institutions. You have like the mortgage institution. That's why if government have a particular institution tailored towards that, the interest rate will not be much high. It will be within one digit, highest between 5% to 9% or almost 10%. But when you go to normal commercial bank, of course you can't get that, because the commercial bank, because when real estate business has a long time gestation in terms of the loan, it should not be anything less than 5 years, 10 years, and thereabout.
Right.
So, but for normal commercial bank, 30 days, 90 days, at most 180 days, at most 180 days, 6 months, or 1 year, because they need their money fast. And when it gets hooked up, it's a challenge, because also those monies are not monies for shareholders and public that are putting money in the banking sector. So that is where the policy of the government comes in, and which is very important. But like, it's a going concern. Like I know, even recently the federal government is also planning the kind of housing unit they are planning now. It's not just those ones that's unaffordable by people. They are the ones like a one-room bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
You understand? They are planning it in each state. But building is not something you do within overnight. It takes maybe years, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, depending again on availability of fund. You understand? Because sometimes again you need fund. If you don't have enough, that's why I see sometimes when you even start construction, maybe along the line, the resources are no longer there. Everything will stop for a while until money is made available. So.
All right, thank you so much. We'll go on a short break. When I come back, I'll open the phone lines just for our audience and listeners who have any questions. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
estate market insight and industry trends. Join Amara on the Ninja Landlord Show, where we show you how to make real estate work for you. For different investments, strategies from real estate experts on Ninja Real Estates. Elevate your financial education and investment in Nigeria. So tune in every Saturday on VOP 90.3 from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Ninja Landlord Show, the voice of real estate.
Okay, welcome back to the Niger Landlord Show. If you're just joining us, well, we've shared some topics, some insights already, but that's not to worry. We have so much more to share. You're listening to VOP 90.3 FM, and you're also tuned into the Niger Landlord Show. And today our topic is harnessing the housing sector for economic revitalization. And like we've been talking, I have a guest who has shared so much already, Honorable Jude Idumugu. Welcome back, Honorable. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for all that you have shared already. So I'm opening the phone lines. If you have any questions or contributions, please call us. Let's hear you. You know, I always love to hear from you. Call us. Let's hear your thoughts. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. And of course, you can also send us a WhatsApp message to 081 717 56338. 081-717-56338. Yes, send us your message on WhatsApp, or you can even give us a call on WhatsApp and call us directly on our full line. The lines are open and we are waiting to hear from you. All right, so moving to my next point. What are the potential environmental benefits of sustainable housing practices? I ask environmental benefits because we see a kind of lot of slums rising up across the states, and these are because of the housing deficits that we have right here, the crisis that we have. And so what do you think can be the potential environmental benefits for sustainable housing practices?
You know, the slums, you know, the issue is that those slums, those slums can also be converted to an estate or real estate, as the case may be.
Yes,
because if you watch sometime in Lagos, you do what you hear one say, land reclaiming. Even if somebody can reclaim land from the water,
yes,
talk less what happened in the slum. So if investment is done there in terms of real estate, of course the slum disappears. That environment will now change and become more habitable,
right,
to individuals and citizens living there. So you see that's also a role that real estate can also create.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
You know, for that slum to be converted to real estate, processes have to be go through, because most lands are invested in the hands of the governor of the state. So you must get approval from the governor. Even if you have a family setting, there must be an agreement, an understanding between the investor, the family, and the government, so that you can use that kind of a place to develop whatever you want to develop, real estate or otherwise. But like my direct answer to your question is that housing development or real estate create a very good enabling environment for us to exist. Good environment that will support the living creature, unlike slums. So if you watch, even there are a lot of, you remember Morocco those days?
Yes.
Which they were moved. That place they were before, if you go there now, like an estate. So these are all the advantage of having a real estate.
All right, thank you for that. And we have a caller. Hello. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? I can't seem to hear you. Hello. Can you hear me now? Okay, I will have to please could you call back? I can't hear you. Okay, so the number to call once again 0700 903 903 903. Please call us and let's hear your thoughts. Okay, so honorable sir, what best practices international best practices do you think that we can adopt as a nation and that can help? Okay, we have a caller. Hello. Hello, I can't hear you. I think something is wrong here. Okay, please call back. I don't know what the problem is, but it will be fixed. Please call back while I sort that out. Okay, so like I was saying, international best practices that you think that we can adopt here in Nigeria that can help, to solve this problem of housing crisis that we have here.
The most important thing is, in every country in the world, government plays a role. Government, when you say government, because they have the resources, they have the lands, they have the policy.
Yeah.
So it's also them that their policy will now attract investors to that sector. So major player is government. And internationally, like you are saying, it's also government that try to ensure that makes like housing almost compulsory, cheap, and
Yes.
affordable to the citizens. Though you have levels that depend on what you really want, based on what your pocket can get.
Yes.
But the issue is that the government ensure that those policies, even at the lower rank, they have their own level they can buy. At the higher rank, you have also your own level you can get. So for me, it is government policy that matters, and all over even when you say in UK, in the United States of America, and stuff like that, there are categories
Excuse me, we have a
building.
call. Hello, can you hear me now? I think something's wrong with the phone lines. Please hold on. Can you hear me? All right. Please call back.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, great.
All right.
Great.
What's your name, please? Welcome
My
to
name
the
is
show.
Abel. I'm calling from Surrey.
Okay.
Good morning to you again. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, please.
I've always been concerned about this development, this massive development, estates going up here or states going up there. There are some communities in Nigeria that do not even have places to even farm. I'm looking at the situation where we talk about food and the non-availability of food. We're an agrarian society. We have not yet understood the art of planting on water. If to say that was possible, if to say we have gotten that, maybe we're planting on our rivers and streams. It is still the land that we're going to plant on. But when the development continues, where you see and here and there. How would that put so much pressure on the farming aspect, that is farmland that we're supposed to use to get food to eat, in view of this present crisis that we are experiencing? That has always been my concern. What is your take on this?
I think you're absolutely correct. But you see, like we said, government must be on top of whatever we are doing. In terms of having balancing, you balance whatever. You will not say now go and take a farmland where you know people farm and convert it to real estate. It is wrong. Because when we say hierarchy of needs, yes, food in particular, shelter is there, but food is particular because if you are not living, I don't know what you are going to shelter. So it's an issue of balancing. I bought what you said, which is great, and we should also think along that line so that we don't convert our farmlands to real estate. It's not good enough.
Yeah, it's so true. I know there are some farmlands, that have been converted to, real estate properties. We look at the popular Ofada, in Ogun State, and I heard that was actually, meant for farming of rice, plantation of rice, and now if you go down there, it's mostly
An estate.
that you're seeing there that are being developed. It's no longer a farmland anymore.
It depends on also the state. Unlike Lagos, Ogun State have enough massive land.
Okay.
You understand? Enough massive land. So even if the land we are talking about now maybe have been converted to real estate, they have alternative lands where you can also, you can also do your farming.
Yeah.
I know those days.
Okay, we have a caller.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you. Please.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. Please, what's your name? Yes, we can hear you. Yes. Please speak up. What? Could you? Yes. Can you say that again?
In the course of taking document to government to perfect their building plan.
Yes.
So in the course of taking it there, can government agree as well as saying that the land they are going to build, it has no application plan for future or the land is free. Can government give that information so that you have peace of mind at the end of the day?
Okay, so like if you are going to get the document, you want every other thing for.
When you go to government to perfect it,
Yeah.
you bring all the documents to perfect it.
Yes.
So when you get to government, can government at that point tell you say this land you are going to build on free from application, you can go on and build it. That's fine. They are going to buy it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. It's noted. Okay. So he's saying that if government can let you know where you can be, as if where you're going to do the documentation, and you're perfecting the title for the property that you just acquired, if they can also let you know where they already have government interest, government owned lands where you can you have to avoid, and where you can build your own, where you can go ahead to build that is government allocated, not government allocated for government to use. Right.
And the information is there. You don't just start building. That is why when you even have a land, you do what you do your survey. And when you do, you bring professionals who will check also. They will not advise you whether that's your land, is it where you can easily build or not.
Yes.
You understand? So you ask questions. What you don't know, you don't know it. So that's why you need those experts, those engineers, those surveyors, those architects that will come and help you. You make inquiry, and they will tell you. They may even direct. You can even go to Lagos State Land Survey Office in Alausa there. Go and make inquiry. You must ask questions before you start any project you want to start.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll take more questions and more calls.
For real estate market insight and industry trends, join Amara on the Ninja Landlord Show, where we show you how to make real estate work for you. For different investments, strategies from real estate experts on Ninja Real Estates. Elevate your financial education and investment in Nigeria. So tune in every Saturday on VOP 90.3 from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Ninja Landlord Show, the voice of real estate in Nigeria.
Okay, welcome back to the Nigeria Landlord Show, and we have been talking about the housing sector, harnessing the housing sector for economic revitalization, and we've been speaking with our honorable in the house, Honorable Jude Idumogu, and he has shared so much already. And the phone lines are opened. I'm sorry about the issues that we had earlier for all those who tried to call in. You can also, like I said, reach us on our WhatsApp line 081-717-56338, and you can try us also on the phone line 0700-903-903. Call us. Let's hear your contributions. Let's hear any questions that you might have on this topic, this valuable topic that we have today. All right, so Honorable, let's look at the future. The outlook. What do you think is the future outlook, and what predictions do you have for the Nigerian housing sector?
The industry is very big, and don't forget that our population is growing almost on daily basis. A lot of people are coming in, people are being born. I don't know the ratio between the born, birth, and the death rate.
Yeah.
But the truth is that land is not expanding.
Mm-hmm.
It's fixed. It's not expanding. So, but you see, the population is growing. So you see, in fact, like the man that the first caller that called was talking about converting farmland to real estate. You can see the challenge because then it also see. I think I've been opportune to also travel outside the country, places like Dubai. You see, they do. I think we should also come with this issue of high-rising building, where apartments, because if everybody is building bungalow, before you know, the space has been occupied. But when you have high-rising buildings, people will be taking, you can have like up to 12 floor. Mm-hmm. You understand? Individually, you can buy flats there. You can see the space. Yes, it contains the same space as per land size. But you can see it can take a lot of number of people and investors, or even Nigerians or tenants, as the case may be. Instead of, sometimes you even sell it. I have my own block. And I think that's even a way to go.
Yes.
Even the government now, I think most of their building is high-rise building, so that it can contain a lot. Because the space for lands are not there.
Right.
Especially, let me take a place like Lagos State. Mm-hmm. I think that's the place, because if everybody is building on its own land, before you know, the land has been occupied everywhere. So what happens? Like the man that said, even Lagos doesn't have much about, when you talk about farmland, they have little or none.
Yes,
but the little land they have. So I think they should go to that policy of, let's not just be bungalow. Let's talk about high-rise building, where you can contain a lot of people. So it will be spacious in terms of the number of people that will be living there, parking space, environmental sanitation that is good. I think for me that's a way to go.
Yes, that's the way to go. As in building all these futures, smart homes, that we can have adopt that. Yes. But the thing is that looking at our infrastructure maintenance culture here in the country, are we even ready to even?
We learn. Life's about learning.
Yes.
But unfortunately, sometimes when some of us have opportunity to travel, when we travel, we'll come back, we still remain the same. We are thinking as traveling happens to be part of education. When you get
a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you.
Let me check. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry about the howback. Just I'm using the radio to hear you. I can't hear the phone.
Okay. All right. What's the name?
Sorry.
Go ahead. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Your guest has just said the most salient point that I've been trying to drive home for years now. I mean, the building of high rise. Let me say this. We have the best technology as regards the oil sector. We have today modern technology that helps us in music. Why can't we have technology that will give us the opportunity to build high-rise buildings?
Yeah.
Enough to take we talk about millions of Nigerians. We talk about solving housing policy, solving the housing problem. The only way to have the balance of farmland and housing is to have high-rise buildings. Just like if you see maybe like 6-story or 8-story buildings maybe in an estate, but you see bungalows or just duplexes, you don't see anything more than that. It should be a national policy where we can have high-rise buildings and leaving space for other things to happen. I grew up in a place where they took over all our parks, all our fields where we play, and this gave rise to boredom of young ones who did not have the chance to flex their muscles in a good way. And today we have people who could easily win the Olympic Games, but they are doing other things that are not so enviable because of the lack of all these facilities. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm very grateful to your guest for saying this. I hope the people are hearing this thing. It's very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling.
Spot on.
Yeah, spot on. Like you said, we are sending technology into other sectors, and we forget some other sectors that could be pivotal and key in also enhancing the economy, also revitalizing the economy, and then we pull funds, lots of funds elsewhere, right? So this is quite limiting for we citizens of the country. We employ the government to do more. Yeah, infrastructural development is something that we cannot overlook. I want to ask Honorable, what advice would you give to an investor looking to come into the real estate industry, come into the housing sector, who wants to contribute in being part of the solution to the housing crisis that we are facing right now in the country?
Well, your first make inquiries. Your first finding, you have to know about the government of the state or the government of the country, as the case may be, and you must make inquiry. Go there and find out try and get the policy. What's the policy of government towards real estate in your state? Because it differs from state to state, and your interest. Then when you also get experts, people that are knowledgeable, for them to advise.
We have a caller.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning. What's the name?
Good morning.
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you. All right. All right, Marshall. Welcome to the show. Let's hear your thoughts.
Good morning, sir.
When you mentioned how government can reduce tenants or whatever thing or looking for house in Nigeria. One thing is that I hope government owns the land.
Government what?
Government owns the land according to land degree.
Yes.
Okay, now, how is it that some people will go and build their house in a valley? This valley, one is seeing, for example, this Ikorodu Road or that Sheraton kind of. Now we are crying about water overflow. And those places are meant for water. Like if the geographical footprint of Nigeria knows it, they wouldn't have allowed anybody to build out there. Because that is where the overflow of the ocean settles. People will go there and the government will have approved planning or whatever thing and give to houses there. Is it correct?
It's not correct, sir.
Good. And another one I want to say is, now the young thing, the young that are coming out from school, for instance, they would have gotten a room self-contained. And the government should observe, the moment the person is married, they can give the person 2 rooms self-contained. And if it is above 3 children, they should be qualified for 3 rooms. The government is not doing that. Where should somebody have, you build a house like I've been seeing some of those estates something, 100 million, 80 million, just to buy, just acquire a place. Look at Abuja. Look at all the houses they built there. Nobody could afford it. And then we are talking about 70,000. Is this somebody, even the mortgage bank does not help matters. If you go to mortgage bank, they cannot give you loans. They cannot mortgage you. Maybe 20 years, 10 years. So we are really in problem. Just try your best, honorable, just to help people, because let them build some. There are some houses they build with half a cement and then they use plywood. And not to find a mud house. Like all these politicians, they see mud houses in their village, they can't do anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for calling. Okay, so yeah, he has made a lot of points here.
It's true. Like, at times, even let's say if you go to Abuja, you see some empty houses.
Yes.
Empty
so
houses.
So true.
What is and people, and you are talking about deficiency of
Houses,
in Nigeria. What are those empty houses doing? You understand? At a point I will say, okay, why not the government can say, okay, fine. Those people that have all these houses, okay, let us discuss a kind of stakeholders.
Yes.
People are not living there. Okay, can we take it over? You understand? And give, you see, it's because even building a house, a new house or estate management or real estate, it's expensive.
Yes.
But there are ones that are there, many empty. Empty. It belongs to some people. Let me not say people, and you can identify them.
Yes, of course.
But I think if government make an effort and said, okay, identify those houses, you can bring some of the staff or even recruit people like that will go there and identify this house is XYZ on this street. This one is here. Identify them where they are and call the owners. If you make an announcement that the building XYZ here, if you know you are the owner, let us have a meeting, roundtable meeting.
Yeah.
These houses are empty. And there are some Nigerians that are still looking for houses to rent and to live on. Tell me what you want to use this property or house for. And if you know you don't have immediate use of it, can we take it over? Let us have an understanding between you. So that even this, when you say housing deficiency, it can easily reduce.
Right.
You understand? Instead of you building bogus houses and it's empty. Some people, you'll be shocked that you find that some people are even dead. Those houses are there empty and nobody can enter there. What is happening there? And we say we lack houses. Please, I think we should think out of the box. And those identify them. They are human beings, discuss with them, and let's see how we can make use of those places.
Right.
And people will live instead of them living under the bridges.
Right. This is so true. This is so true. We must look inwards to begin to provide solutions.
Yes, and government can do that. It's government that have the mindset, make a policy, make the effort. After God is government, you can carry them along so that whatever they have in mind, discuss with them. And I'm telling you, by the time you discuss with them, there'll be a solution. Instead of you having empty house everywhere that is empty. House is completed though, but they are empty.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so like I said, okay, this will be our last call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your radio set. All right. Yes, what's your name, please?
A model in every local government.
A model, yeah.
Exactly. Now, we are looking at housing issue. There's no model for Somolu local government, Alimoso local government, Mushin. They don't have a housing model there. So I think that's part of the problem we are having. All these areas now, you begin to see developers doing their thing. So what about the government itself? Local government don't have. So by the time we are pushing all these things to federal level, to state level, let's start with the local government too.
Okay.
There are so many different houses that they can just talk with the owner instead of giving it to the developer that is raising the high cost of living too. They too can they can just be a partaker and help.
Right.
That's my own take.
Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so yes, he talked about creating models in local governments, which is, I think, coming out to each community.
It's very key. We thank God that we are talking about local government autonomy now.
Yeah.
So God willing, very soon, even from this month,
Yeah.
from July, pack whatever they will share at the end of the day, and I think they'll be giving it directly to the local government. So time has come. Local government will be having enough fun. It's also our job as citizens, you understand, to also tax this local government, chairmen and officers are concerned, not just state. So that what he's saying about a model for local government, you understand, housing, it can be achieved. You understand, it can be achieved, but sometimes they need to also know what to do.
Right.
You need to know what to do. And when they collaborate with the government at the center and government at the state level, they can come out with a policy and ensure that at each local government you have a model of your standard of housing units you want to build for your people at a lower cost.
Okay, but I want to draw attention to when you were in office. I know there were some initiatives that you tried to, put out, the reconstruction of the, you're trying to put out the construction of the market in Ladipo. You talked about the reconstruction of the, or the building of the pedestrian bridge, and
that pedestrian bridge is still there. They have not done it.
Yes.
In fact,
and this was things that, unfortunately, they were not even able to go off the ground.
Now that you highlight, especially this pedestrian bridge, especially the one at this Ladipo, Toyota.
Yes.
I want to appeal. Let me use this medium again to appeal to Lagos State government or even federal government. There is a need for that pedestrian
So
bridge.
why wasn't it possible for you even then when you were in
the
office?
approval, no, you see, the approval was given. At times, it's not just when you approve certain things. You also talk about the resources involved.
Okay.
I know there is also, when you say need of, when you make a budget, if you make a budget, that's why when I see people say there's a budget, but remember that budget is based on expected income and expected expenditure.
Right.
So most times the revenue does not come as expected. There might be one or two challenges may not come. Probably when you also do ranking, when you rank the projects, which one are more important? You understand? So maybe by the time it gets to the bridge, there's no resources immediately to do it. But the issue is that bridge, see, in the evening, just go and see what is happening. They hold up and they risk that Nigerians, Lagosians are taking to cross over.
Of course,
Though they will say, again, we are not disciplined. Though when I say we are not disciplined, even look at the ones, these bridges built along Muritala Mohammed way. How many of the commuters are used? I don't know. Sometimes we have attitude. Our attitude mindset is a problem because, like the Toyota own, the only thing that I look at, Toyota. When you look at, there's another footbridge, but it's very far off.
Yeah.
You understand? Nigerians, Lagosians want quick, just cross over, but they are forgetting that the risks we are taking, a lot of lives are being lost there, and I don't see what it will cost the government much. If government, I just ask the government, I want to appeal to their conscience, whoever, the governor in particular, Bajide Sowolu, Mr. Governor, take a second look at this Oshodi, My 2 Expressway, Toyota bus stop, the mass of Lagosians that cross over this express road is so, even you see that on a highway sometimes will cause traffic jam. You understand?
Right.
And let us save life by ensuring that we put that pedestrian bridge for them there. And sometimes when even people constructing the pedestrian bridge, you will see where people are always fond of crossing. You will not put it there. You will not go for a far distance and put it. Nigerians sometimes we are reluctant to change.
Okay.
So please, it's an appeal.
All right, thank you so much. I think that this topic is something that we cannot exhaust in just an episode in a day.
Understand.
So I'll be looking forward to having you come back. To
No problem.
talk more on this topic. Our time is fast spent already. Thank you so much once again for showing up today and all that you have shared so far. I believe that we have gone a little step ahead in having these discussions today. All right, so that's all we have for you today.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for all of you who have been listening and who have called and engaged. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your feedback. I hope you had value. As you know, this show is all about giving you the information and the resources that you need to empower yourself, especially in the real estate industry here in Nigeria. I'll be right back same time next week, bringing you another valuable and insightful topic in this sector. And please send us messages, your questions if you have any. Engage with us on our YouTube page, on our Instagram page at the Niger Landlord on Instagram. You can send us your questions if you have any. Looking forward to hear from you. Till then, till I come your way next week, enjoy yourself, have a beautiful weekend. My name is Amara Onwuzurike. Stay blessed.
Àwa tá lè ké hallelujah.